Hello and welcome to Techo scenario-based courses. My name is Salman Francis and I will be instructor for this course. In this course, we will learn how to set up an EC2 instance in AWS or Amazon Web Services. So let's start. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services and is one of the most used cloud services nowadays. This video does not cover the basics of Amazon Web Services, but only covers the practical aspect of creating your very first machine in the cloud. Please note that we need Amazon account for this video or for this demonstration, and I have already set up my demo account in Amazon Cloud. So you would need a debit card in order to create Amazon account, and at the moment Amazon is offering free 1-year account with no purchase necessary, but it's very basic account, however, can be used for learning purpose. A few important things to remember. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. VPC is a virtual private cloud. It's basically the private space where you will be doing all the stuff and creating your instances. AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. Instance means a virtual machine. Ephemeral storage is a volatile hard drive of an instance. Region is the geographical location or the area. Availability zone is the data center location. EBS stands for Elastic Block Storage. It's a non-volatile hard drive of an instance. ECU stands for Elastic Compute Unit. It's the measure of EC2 process. And S3 stands for Simple Storage Services. IOPS is the operation per seconds of hard drive. Store volumes, these are the storage devices attached with the servers such as a USB device. Okay, so few basic steps which we will perform while creating the EC2 instances: create a VPC, create a subnet, create the internet gateway, set up the route table, create security groups, create EC2 instance, and then allocate the IP address. And then at the end, we will need a key to connect to an EC2 instance from a remote machine. Okay, let's begin. So please perform the following steps to log into your Amazon console via web. So we need to go to aws.amazon.com, give your credentials, and you will see a window like this. And now maybe your windows differ from mine because these screenshots are taken from the older Amazon Web Console. Okay, once you have logged in, you need to create the VPC. Then once VPC is created, we will create the subnets. Once subnets are created, we will create the internet gateway. Then we will attach our internet gateway with the VPC, create the routing table, add another route table, which will be a default route to take our traffic from EC2 to the internet. We will create the security group, and then create the EC2 instance. And these security groups are basically to manage your inbound traffic. And once you have it, we will create the key pair, and then we will connect our EC2 instance from remote machine with the help of this key pair. Okay, so let's start our demo. I have already logged into my Amazon Management Console, and from here you will be, you might have a different screen. So the latest one, this is the latest one as of 2019. And now I'm going to click on VPC, or you can search here, or let's say you are in your main AWS. You can select from the services. Here you can select VPC, or you can select VPC from here. Once you have selected it, it will present you with this screen. Please do not launch the VPC wizard. Select this VPC from here. And now we will create our VPC. Click on create, give it a name. I'm going to name it itpings-VPC, a CIDR of 192.168.100.0/24 subnet, and Tennessee is default. Click on create. You can see that our VPC is created. Now, next step is to create the subnets. Create the subnet, give it a name, itpings-subnet. I'm going to give a name. Attach with the VPC, itpings-VPC. And now you can see that VPC CIDR, this is our CIDR, and the block which we are going to use is the same as our subnet. Click next, close, and now we are going to create our internet gateway. Click on internet gateway, create an internet gateway, give it a name. I'll call it pings.igw or internet gateway. Click create. Once this is created, we need to associate this detached gateway, or we need to attach this detached gateway with our VPC, attached to VPC. Select a VPC from here. We have already named it pings, you can see, and click on attach. Once it's done, we have already performed 3 major steps, which were create the VPC, create the subnet, attach our subnet, and create the internet gateway and attach our gateway with the VPC. Now we will go to the route tables. Over here we create the route table. I'm going to give it a name, pings route table, and again the VPC I'm going to associate with pings. Click on create. Okay, perfect. Now you can see we have performed our 4 steps. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to go to our VPC and select this VPC from here, or let's go to the route tables. Select our route tables, and here you can see that these are the routes. Okay, now we need to, and you can see that these are the active routes. Subnet association, we don't have any, so edit it and select the subnet association, because this is the subnet which we need to associate with these routes. Click on save. Okay, then edit routes, and here we need to add more routes, and these routes are so that we can connect our EC2 instance with our internet gateway or internet. Otherwise our EC2 instance will not be able to send traffic to internet. Right now there is nothing. You need to do 0.0.0.0/0, and we need to associate our internet gateway, and the internet gateway is pings-igw. Save routes. Perfect. Okay, once this is done, let's close this, and now we need to create our security group. So let's go to our VPC dashboard, and here we have our security groups. Okay, we need to create our security groups. Let's call it pings security group, and let's give it a description, or pings security group for EC2 demo. Select the VPC and click create. So once this is done, we can edit the security group. Okay, and here first let's call it pings okay, and now you can see the inbound rules. Click it, edit the rules, add the rule. Okay, first traffic I want is let's call it SSH, and I want to allow from anywhere. At the moment, anywhere. You can select my IP or a custom IP. So, or I can say that my IP. Okay. Second thing is I want HTTPS from anywhere Third is HTTP. Okay, so these are the rules I want. And here you can give the description also. Once you are done with this, click on Save the Rules. Okay, now once we are done, we need to close it and go to our EC2 dashboard. Right now we have 0 running instances. Now I'm going to launch the instance. And here I'm going to select Amazon AMI. You can see these, I don't have my AMIs right now. You can create your own images and save them so you can use them later. So at the moment I don't have anything. So I'm going to select this Amazon Linux 2 AMI, 64-bit, select. And here you can see that this is the free tier eligible. So I'm going to select this one. Okay, and number of instance 1. So network, of course, here is our itpings network. We are going to select it. It has already selected our itping subnet. And auto assign public IP is enable. This is important because otherwise you will not have an external IP, and your customers won't be able to get to your web server if you have any, or you won't be able to connect with your machine. Okay, once this is done, then right now we are not creating any IAM roles. So we are not going to touch these things. Okay, next is I'm not going to select anything else. And next add the storage. For this demo purpose, we are going to go with our 8 GB storage. So this is a tag. If you want, you can add a tag. For example, name is equals to web server. Let's say if you, or an email server or whatever you want. So I'm going to call it a web server because in our next video or in our next scenario based training, we will install a WordPress website on this instance. Okay, now we need to select our security group. So if you remember, we already created our security group. And now review and launch. So over here, we can see that we have a T2 micro instance. We have all these ports which we want, and everything looks good, and click launch. And now we need to create a new pair, and I'm going to call it itpings key AWS, let's say, and download this. And you can see that I have already downloaded this and now launch the instance. It will take a couple of minutes. So let's view the instance launching. First of all, it's in the pending stage and it's initializing. And since it's a very small instance, it's not going to take a lot of time. And here you can see our public IP. Just copy this. Or you can copy this IP from here. So we need to wait. And now you can see the instance is running. So let me go to our this console, the terminal, and here it's itpings dash. So it's going to be in download keys, and we need to change the mod. So chmod 400 for the key. Okay, so it should only be readable by itpings and no one else, or your user for whom you are creating this instance. Okay, now here we can see that the instance is running. So let's connect with this instance. And in order to do that, SSH-I, it pings, and the default user for Amazon Web Services is EC2 user. And add the public IP. Press enter. Okay, it's asking for the confirmation, yes. And if all goes well, we will be presented by the Amazon shell and perfect. We are here in our Amazon, and this is the root user for Amazon. You can access root user with sudo su command. Okay, so once we are in the console, we can update our Amazon instance with the update command. We can install our required packages, and do anything which we want this for which we have created this instance. So thank you very much for purchasing my scenario based courses, and you can see from like this was the scenario based course where you will have created an EC2 instance. In our next video we will see how to install a mail server on Amazon and how to install a working WordPress site with database on our Amazon machines and so on. So thank you very much. See you in our next video. Goodbye.